Hey, welcome to Game Master in Arma Reforger. I'm going to leave my fellow soldiers there to take out a couple of people in that house. And what I did was I just landed there, placed some soldiers, and we're going to try to maneuver around those buildings. And that's what Game Master allows you to do, is to try different scenarios. You can play God on the two Arma Reforger maps, Evron and Arland. You can build bases wherever you want. There is no limit to supplies other than the limit of the game itself and its memory, but you're not going to have to worry about supplies as if you were in conflict. You can load up helicopters and everything. So I'm going to try to get back to this base that I've built. Now I just picked a random area and I started putting stuff down. So I've got this little base going on here. So I would say Game Master is a great way to practice, but there is a very robust scenario engine. And you can save scenarios. You can save your properties in your maps in different loadouts. Very, very robust and very, very dynamic. And I was really excited when I discovered this in Arma Reforger because I just thought it was us running around playing Conflict the whole time. But here is this whole thing in here where you can put stuff down. And this is the base that I created on Evron. All of this stuff was placed here by me. Barracks and fuel and ambulance and all these guys were all placed here. So let's go and take a good look at an overview of the menu, because that's where you're going to live when you're using Game Master. So let's look at the menu. I'm going to hold down the center pad and triangle on PlayStation.
Dragon Pearl.
And I'm going to zoom out with the triggers. Zoom in, zoom out with the triggers, and then the joysticks that can move around. When you first look at the Game Master menu system, it is a little bit overwhelming, but the key thing is on the bottom, the Open Identity Browser. This will get you to the items that you need to place on the map. So let's open that up. You can use the down on the D-pad to make a selection and put something down. Let's say I want a truck. Boom. I've got a truck, and I can place this anywhere. And I can zoom up, I can put it somewhere else in the map. I can put it right down here on the road. I can hold down R1 and spin it around with the joystick if I want to position it properly. And we can put that right there. Boom. That's what you're going to be doing normally. Now let's open up the entity browser and take a look here. Can we get to it? This is the entity browser. This has all the stuff in Arma Reforger that you can put down on the map. Now, please notice the 4 tabs up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This lets you customize the slots for the quick addition of things. So you can set this up any way you like. Now, this is how I've got it set up. So for the first tab, as you can see the filters on the right, US and Soviet soldiers, group and characters. So you can do groups, and you can also do individuals. Let's say you just want to put down an officer. You can do that as well. So this is all the Russians and the US soldiers. Now my second tab, I've done kind of the same thing, but I've done US, Soviet, civilian, and vehicle. These are all the vehicles that are available in the game. And I can put these down anywhere, as you just saw. And some heavy firepower there too. There's the helicopters, there's an armed one, and there's a transport one. Now this third tab is very cool because this is the bread and butter of Game Master. As you can see on the right, I've chosen the United States and I've chosen composition. What this is models of things put together, pieces put together to form something. And then they've done it for you already. And they're very important, some of them. Here's the command post. That's important. There's the relay station, living quarters, field hospital, fuel supply. As you can see on the bottom there, on the bottom right, I have run out of resources for the game. So you're not going to run into supply issues in Game Master, but there is a finite level for putting stuff down. You can't have too much stuff in the game. So I've got a couple of other bases going on, in Everon. So there's a lot of stuff. And the last tab I have, as you can see on the right there, US, Soviet, Civilian, I have System and Object. These are the individual objects that you can put down if you want. So there's a lot here. But why this is so important, especially the System one, is the first thing you're going to want to put down a spawn point. That's the number one thing. So let's go back out of the map here, and you can see right here next to where I'm standing is the spawn point right there. And as you can see, the other thing that's super important is the arsenal. This is your loadout. And I've also put one for civilians down so I can dress up like a civilian. If you are going to put more than one arsenal down, here's a little quick tip here. So if I go into this one, so I've got the US and I've got the civilian. If I open this up, wait a minute, it's the US. What the hell? So if I go into Game Master, right, and then I press a circle, but hold down the circle, so I get all the little choices here, I can go into Edit Properties, and I can set it to a faction. Boom. There. Done. Now I go back as myself, open up Arsenal, and look, I can wear a beret. Over here, you can see this. I have a little outpost over here. There's the spawn point. And where are those are the loadouts right there, the arsenals. And we've got some people here. And you can see I've put some individual objects down, some sandbags. I got an equipment box stack covered. I've got a couple of Humvees here. And then I've also got, as you notice on my tabs, I put Russians in there. So I've got kind of a quasi-Russian base here. I've got a command center. I've got some barracks. Got the radio tower. I put some people down. I've got a heavy equipment thing over here where you get the bigger trucks. And where's the lightweight trucks? Oh, I don't have that here. And I got a helipad over here. Now, it's not required that you make a base, but I like doing this kind of base stuff and arranging things. And see here, as I got a roadblock here, put this personnel carrier here. If you want to adjust individual things, you just highlight it. See this little square there? I'm going to hold down the circle, and it's going to come up with a wheel. Now you don't have to keep holding it down. You just press it, and this wheel comes up. And then I can use the joystick and then the right trigger to delete it. Now if I go to a person, let's say this guy here, if I hold down the circle button and let go, you can see all the choices. I can heal him. I can, I can cast lightning down on him, and I can get rid of him. So let's cast lightning. Oh, that's just unfortunate. If you just click on the circle button, you can actually move them around. Now this guy, I've got a hold of him, so I'm gonna move him over here with the X button. So that's how you move people around. The other thing you can do is that sometimes you're gonna have like a group and you wanna select them all. Look down here and see that center circle. If I hold down on the X, it widens out, and I select all these people. And obviously if I go out, so if I do this again, see, the circle's bigger. So, and you can also adjust things. Let's say I put this down and I don't like it. So I'm going to click on the circle button, and I'm just going to move it over just a little bit. In the lower left-hand corner, you'll see Edit Scenario Properties. Let's look at that. And you can play as different factions. You global supply usage, time of day, right? You can automate the weather, automate the wind, fuel consumption, and respawn rates. All of these things can be set in the scenario properties. The center menu up here, as you can see, is a pause. Now when you're putting troops down and you're doing a scenario, you might want to pause it first so they stop walking around. Whatever's going on in your scenario, you may want to make some adjustments to it. You can come in here and pause everything. So I'm just going to click that back on. You can rewind, you can confirm changes. Now this is where you can save your Game Master experience, and you can load it up later. So you can set something else up, save it, and then come in here and start fresh. You can toggle the interface, and you can get rid of dead enemies in one fell swoop. Everybody who's dead on the map, which is nice if you do a scenario and have a big battle.
Bring out your dead!
And then down on the lower right-hand corner, you can see this just is a way to see the groups. You can use the R1 and R2 to go through these. If you want to go to a specific thing, you can on the map if you get spread out. The other thing you can do is you can play as a character. So I'm going to select this guy, and I'm going to press the X button. And boom, I'm him. And I'm looking at myself. This is weird. There's Nuumet. Hey, Nuumet. Now, if you're not familiar with the squad function here, recruitments, you come up to somebody, you hold the left bumper, and then right on the D-pad, and this screen comes up, and you can recruit this person. Now, his name is Green, and he's running away. He's probably following those other guys across the map, but no, I want him close by. And you can order him to get into cars, and I'm going to tell him to get into this truck. I'm going to hold down the left bumper, do the right on the D-pad, and I'm going to say get in.
Find some transport. Copy.
You can see that arrow is pointing to that. So he's there, and now you can do this in the map, or you can do it with the wheel. So I'm going to say move.
Move over there.
I'm going to stand behind the railing so he doesn't run me over. So he's going to start that Humvee up and drive over here, hopefully. Oh, 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 oh. And there he is. Very good. Very good. Now, I wonder if he's going to go through the fence down there. Let's see if I can get him to go through. Now, let's open up the map. This is just pressing the center pad. And I'm going to have him go drive down here. So this is good. So I'm going to hold down the circle button. And this will bring up this menu. I have markers and commands. Now, I'm going to hold down the right joystick, do commands, and I'm going to say defend, or I'm going to say move.
Squad, go over there.
So he's going to move. So that's how you get them to drive somewhere on the map. Oh, he's going to stop. Oh, watch this. He's going to get out. He's going to open the gate. No, he's not going to open the gate. He's going to open that gate. What's he doing? This is interesting. Oh, wow. I think Private Martin, you could have just walked up to the gate and opened it. And there he goes. Goodbye. Goodbye, Chris. It was nice knowing you. I want that truck back. So I'm going to let him go. I'm going to hold down and then remove from group. And he's gone. Now, you might be obligated to drive this back and put it back in the parking spot. But remember, in Game Master, you are God. I can just pick it up and go over here and put it back to where it was. With the magic of Game Master, pick myself up. Let's see. And we're going to go over to here and do a little scenario. So we got that. There we go. Put him there. And there's some people in here. So my scenario is simply going to be, I have this little FOB over here. We're protecting the civilians in this town hall or whatever. Suddenly from this base over here is a Russian fire team. Now, I could pick up the guys and move over here, but I'm not. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to tab over to my people, and I'm going to find a Russian fire team. And then I'm not going to pause it, just so you know, because I know what's going to happen. You need to pause it if you're going to get shot. Because the first time I did this, I said, let's put some Russian soldiers down. And I just watched myself get shot in the road. So the rifle team is the biggest. Let's do a rifle team. So guys, this is my scenario. Now the thing is I can do this to my heart's content. I can try different areas, different scenarios, but this is, so we're going to put down this squad right here. Now remember, I can hold down the bumper and still position these any way I want. But they're walking down this road and they don't remember that we've got the town center. And once I put them down, they should start doing something. They are running. And here goes my scenario. So let's say I've got a couple of fire teams in the town hall here, and a rifle team shows up. What's going to happen? That's the scenario. Have I protected this area enough? Oh, look at that guy. He's really close. I think we've got it handled. All right, everybody, move out! And then you can view the scenario from up top if you like. You can see some of these guys have been injured. Here's the guy over here. And you can even go into the photo mode and record this if you want. So I can go, let's go to the menu here, and you can see in the upper right is Arma Vision. So I'm going to go over to Arma Vision. There's an easier way to get this to the settings menu, but we'll just use this. And now I'm in this, and I can get rid of the interface. And look at this. The lonely Russian soldier taking on... Where are you going? Don't walk that way. You're walking the wrong way. Oh! Oh! This scenario didn't work out very well.
Bring out your dead!
Now, another thing is you have to understand is that any kind of firefight or battle is going to alert nearby soldiers. As you can see, these guys are coming down to help their comrades. Even the guys who were guarding the helicopter are going to join. But this is one of many scenarios that you can try out. And also remember, you have vehicles as well if you want to do stuff with vehicles. So while we're looking at this, I'll show you the load screen here. So I've got load. I've got one called Everon 01. I can load that. And then there is, so this is start the world anew, erasing all entities, placed, and properties set. So you can wipe all this stuff out and start new if you want, right? And then come back in here and load whatever you had before if you want. So very flexible. These guys are being, it's only 3 guys. You're going to be pushed back, I'm sorry. Now again, we can play as somebody. Let's see what... Oh shit! That was friendly fire, sorry. Alright everybody, freeze! Who are you to play God? Well, you know, in Arma Reforger and Game Master, I can do that. Let's go out. So it's pretty much at where we were just a minute ago. So I can go respawn. I'm going to hold down continue. I'm going to pick that faction. I'm going to go Game Master. And I should be able to respawn as myself. Here we are, back in it. So it saved it as it was when I exited. But if I go into Game Master and then go over here to load, let's load this saved game. So this is going to load Everon for me at the point where I saved it. So if you put a bunch of stuff down, you got it the way you like it. Look at this. I'm back at the main base. I'm going to click on the faction here. I'm going to do middle pad, Game Master, and I am going to play as character. And I'm back here at this base. And this is how I had everything set up. So if we go back to Game Master, zoom out, should have, yeah, see, everything's back to where it was. We have some Russians over here. Here's the 2 guys that were guarding the helicopter. Here's my little FOB over here. So this really does give you a lot of flexibility in how you want to set this up. So guys, I think that's about it for Game Master. Got a good look at what Game Master is about and what you can do. And if you enjoyed it, please hit a like on the video. Check out my other videos for more information about Arma Reforger on PlayStation. It's a great game, and I like it, mods or not. All right, I'll see you in the next one.